YouTube, how's it going? Alright, we're gonna smoke a cigar brought to us by Birdman. It's the Rocky Patel vintage 1990 6x60. It's a big one. That's a big one. There's some yellow in the cello. Whew, that's a big sucker. Hopefully it fits in the cutter. Ooh, just barely. It don't fit all the way through. A little tight. Let's see. One of my favorite Rocky Patels, though, is the 1990 vintage. I haven't had it in this size, so it's going to be a whole different experience. It's a little high for my liking, but we're going to smoke it. There's no way it's at that. Maybe we're not going to smoke it. Okay, we're at 66. At the. We're a little higher than I would prefer, but we're gonna smoke it. We are going to smoke it. I'm excited to try this one at this size. I'm already getting a little bit of that spice on the lips. Yeah, I've only had the Robusto, and it might have even been a box press Robusto. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but it was good. I think I've had the regular Robusto and the box press Robusto, and they both were really good. Like I said, one of my favorite Rocky Patel. This is a big one. Let's see how strong this one is, because it's a lot of tobacco compared to the others. Oh yeah, she's a spicy tamale. Definitely has some pepper, you guys. Oh, I forgot to turn the exhaust fan on. No wonder it's so quiet in here. Oh yeah. Spicy. Not like over spicy. It's got some black pepper on the retro. Definitely a little bit on the mouth. For a heavier, kind of a heavier smoke, It's smooth. Definitely has like a dark bread, kind of toasty. There's some coffee in there. A little bit of wood, kind of like a, not quite cedar, or a little bit of a darker wood. You can feel the spice lingering on the tongue a little bit. This is another one that makes my mouth water when I exhale. Should let it dry box a little bit longer though. That's a nice dark, like the coffee is getting darker as it sets in. Oh, let's turn around. We'll stop that way. It's a really good cigar, you guys. Darn it. Maybe we should have waited. Hope I'm not doing this thing bad. Maybe should have waited for it to dry box a little bit more. Trying to tunnel on me, and I know it's not because of the cigar. I think the humidity is too high. Alright, YouTube. This thing is smoking good. Very espresso forward. The peppers calm down. So not putting off a lot of smoke. But that's alright. I think I should have dry boxed it a little bit longer. But it's still smoking really well. Beautiful. These bands are loose. They keep turning on me. Beautiful. Beautiful cigar. It's a little big for the mouthfeel that I'm used to. 6x60. That's a big one. It's a lot to have in your mouth. Man, the flavors though. Espresso forward. A dark nuttiness. There's almost a dark, not quite baker's chocolate, but not a sweet chocolate. A very dark chocolate. It's almost like if you were to eat a espresso bean. The dark chocolate covered espresso bean. That's almost what it's like. Very good. This one actually makes my mouth water every time I take a pull and let it out. What were you eating? What do you got, kid? I don't even know what she found and just ate. I don't know. Dogs. Anyway, it's a kind of a chewy smoke though. It's not rough. It's a smooth smoke, but it's thick smoke. It would have done this cigar much better though if I would have let it come down another like 4 points, get it down more into the 60 range. It probably would have done a much better job for this cigar. But it's still smoking really good, and it's still very, very tasteful. Now on the retro, it's a thick smoke also, and there's still a touch of that pepper, but it stays in the nostril. It don't like go up into the sinus or anything, and it goes away really quick. It's just enough to let you know it's there as you blow through your nose. And there's almost a creamy, I shouldn't say creamy, yeah, almost like a creamy-ish end to the retro, right at the very end of the retro, which is so kind of got creamy smooth. I don't know how to explain it. It's definitely different than the Robusto. Thank you, Birdman. It's a big one to put in the mouth, but it actually has caught my curiosity to get some more of them, because I like the Robustos a lot. The Robusto and the box press Robusto, and this is the first time I've had a big one, and I'm gonna get a couple more of these and let them rest a little bit, and I will definitely make sure I get them down into that lower percentage on the humidity. But this is smoking good. I'm almost smoking a little too fast. Just get a little warm, so I'm gonna have to slow it down, let it cool off. We don't want it to get bitter. That's tasty. If you guys have never had the vintage 1990 Rocky Patel, it's definitely one to try. Like I said, it's one of the better Rocky Patels that I've had. There's a lot of Rocky Patels out there, but this is a really good one. Oh, so good. So good. All right. We're going to cool it down. We're going to slow it down. I don't want to get too hot, because you know what happens if you get a cigarette. Ew. A cigar too hot, it gets bitter, and we don't want that. We do not want that. It's too nice of a cigar to ruin. Ugh. Cigarette. Where did that come from? Ugh. Grody. YouTube. This thing is so good. It's a big one for the mouth, but the flavors are so different than the Robusto. Whoa, kid. Is your mommy home? Hi. Wife just got home. I'm going to say the big one, the 660, has a little bit more espresso than the Robusto, and the Robusto has a little bit more fire or pepper bite to it. I think that's the two differences that I'm getting. Otherwise, the flavors are a lot alike, except this one's not as black peppery or spicy as the smaller version, and the smaller version's not as espresso forward. But man, that's good. I'm definitely gonna have to get me some of these 660s. For those of you that have been watching me, you know I don't really go for the big cigars very often. For one, it's just more of the mouthfeel. But look what I've been missing out on, a whole different flavor profile for the same cigar. Because this, I'm really enjoying this, even in this size. that different flavor that I'm getting out of this than in the Robusto size or the box press Robusto. Wow. And it's definitely a little more smooth than the Robusto is a little more rugged, in your face, kind of strong. This is a lot more smooth espresso creaminess. It still has some pepper here and there, but nothing like the smaller version. This is really good. Except getting used to the mouth feels a little different. It's a big one. It's a man cigar. This is fun. Like I said, this is brought to us by Birdman, so thank you, Birdman. We're slowly starting to get into the stash you sent me. So next is the Cameroon. We're gonna smoke that one in the truck, maybe tonight. That seemed like a good truck cigar. This is a good truck cigar. This one will get you down the road for quite a while. This big sucker. All right. That's how she's developing. And you know what? While we're on here, we'll take the secondary band off. That's what she looks like. With just the primary band. Good stick. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, you guys. This Patel 1990 vintage 6x60 big boy has come to an end. That's the only bad thing I can say about this cigar. Right at the end, I did start getting almost like a little bit of a raisin flavor-ish. That kind of a fruit area. It's easier for me to say raisin because that's kind of what my mind thinks about, but I know it's not raisin. So it kind of in that kind of a fruit area, dried fruit, I guess is what you would say. But it was only here and there. It wasn't throughout the whole end of this. But boy, what a difference the 660 was compared to the Robusto and the box press Robusto. Definitely, it's not the same cigar. Definitely different. But a good different. So, thank you again, Birdman, for sending this in. This was quite the smoke. A little different on the mouthfeel. I'm not used to such a big one. Anyway, alright, you guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys had this big old boy, 660 1990 vintage. This was a good one. I'm definitely going to get some more of them because I actually enjoyed the different profile in this one, in this size. So, like always, try different sticks and always keep it smoky, my friends.